All right, here's my new made in China swimming pool pump. I purchased it for the purposes of putting it in a pond, and so this is like the second video I've made of this thing. The next video I make is going to be how I hooked it up to the pond and how it's working and everything. But right now I stuck it up to my swimming pool because my Hayward swimming pool pump needs some work. The lid here is cracked. The lid on it's cracked, and this thing here inside is warped. I don't know how it got warped, but it's cracked and warped. Other than that, the pump works great. So this is a Vevor, Vevor brand pump, made by Crystal Clear Pump, and then they got a Hong motor. Put that in here real quick. Hong motor. The thing looks good, works good. I did have some major problems with these connections. These are metric, and these things are metric, and I ended up having to glue a piece of PVC pipe into it. It's a little small, but I put a lot of glue on it and let it dry for a while, and so it worked. I did go online looking for new connections for this, just in case I screwed it up, or if I need in the future to make something, but I couldn't find anything. Anyway, this is a 2.5 inch piece of connection pipe, and it just screws to the outside of that with a little rubber o-ring on the inside. Keep them leaking. It's a good idea, but there's nothing like that here in the United States. Couldn't find nothing. It did come with a cord, not a very long cord. I'm going to end up putting another cord on it. It looks pretty easy. I unscrewed this, took a look at it. It's pretty easy. Just do a different type of connection, but I'll be able to put a new cord on it, and I'll get that thing working to where I need it. Anyway, I'm going to turn it on, and it's really quiet. Somewhat. In all honesty, I think this one over here is a little quieter. This makes a little bit different kind of a noise, so you might be able to say, yeah, it's a little louder. But you can hold a conversation down while you're standing next to it. I had another swimming pool pump before I got this one. You couldn't hold a conversation down if the pump was on. Since I had bearing going out, anyway, I just threw it away. But anyway, it's putting out some pressure. The nice thing is you can actually see into this, see through it, and see that it's clean, whether it's dirty or not, as to where this one here, it's obvious. You can't see into it. And the basket's not very big. So, anyway, those two things are getting replaced. Then I'll probably wipe it down and put it back in service, and then move this one over to my pond. But it's putting out a little bit more pressure than that one. That and this thing doesn't very seldom climb above 10. Of course, I do need to backwash the system. But you come over here, and it's putting out a good amount of water. You can see it move. But I'm really happy with it. I don't know if I'd buy it again, mainly because of the connections that are metric, and you can't get anything here in the United States. So anyway, that's the pump. You get closer to it, you can really hear the sound. It says on this thing not to let it get wet. Put it as near to the swimming pool as possible, but don't let it get wet. So we're going to find out, because I'm going to leave it out in the rain. It's going to be in the rain and everything. It also says not to cover it, which would allow it to get above 40 degrees centigrade, Celsius, whatever it is. And it never gets that hot around here. but maybe 28, 30 is as hot as it'll get. So anyway, that's the pump. It's doing its job. It's doing good. Come over here to the cord. I had to put the cord on it. Got my phone. Got my timer to go on and off. So and you can see it's moving the stuff around in the pool. So it's pushing. It's supposed to be 8,000 gallons, like 30,000 liters. So I think it'll do the job. So that should be it.